Chapter 4. Do not be afraid to move in your life if it is better for your future. Hosting to move to another state, house, or country without stress and with a good plan. Moving anywhere can be stressful. I had to move 50 times before. I can understand just how hard it is to move again and again. When I was just 23, I moved to another country from my homeland, and I had to learn another language and all new cultures. There was so much to learn, and it was stressful to do that. So now I want to help others have a stress-free moving experience. I know about moving to another city and another country, and I want to share with as many people as possible. Moving is stressful. When you're moving, it can be very stressful. You will have new experiences in a new place with all of the things you have to adapt to. This means that you can be stressed out easily by not knowing what is supposed to happen. A good thing to remember is that even though moving is stressful, you can learn many things that show you how wonderful moving can be. Remember, there are always going to be new and exciting adventures. You will meet so many new people and make new friends. There will be so many new cultures for you to explore and learn about. Moving can help you build a new life. Moving can be a good thing. Embrace it with everything you've got and make the best of it. Moving for work. If you're moving for a job, you can get benefits from your company that hired you to help make your transition as easy on you as possible. This means that there will be a chance for your work to pay for your accommodations, your moving expenses, and even your bills just because you moved to work for their company. When this happens, you can benefit from it as it means you'll have nothing but income that comes in. If you're not sure if this is offered, ask your boss and see what arrangements can be made, because if you don't ask, you won't know. Expenses. It is very expensive to move to another place. Between staying in hotels, traveling costs, and food, there's a lot of money that goes into moving to your new home. One thing you can do is plan a budget to make sure you can stay in hotels and get food while you're traveling to your new home. That way, you know that you're not going to blow all of your money on moving. One big tip when you're moving is to stay away from scam apartments. One of the best ways to know that something is a scam is that the landlord will ask you to pay for the apartment before seeing it. When this happens, it's because the person renting the apartment isn't the owner, and frequently they haven't even been to the apartment or know where it is. If someone asks you for money before you see a place, tell them no thank you and move on to the next one, no matter how good the deal is. Have a plan for moving. It would help if you always had a plan for moving, such as making sure you have your documents ready to go and changed over to your new home address. Some things can be done before you move, and some can only be done after, so knowing which ones you have to do is key in your moving journey. Some tips to follow when you're moving include: set up your budget for moving to make sure you know how much things will cost. Find a place that is close to the things you need, such as your kids' schools, to avoid long drives. Research the area that you want to move to make sure that it's going to be safe for you and your children. Find a local moving service to help you move your things into your new home. Change your address for your license, car registration, and insurance to avoid any confusion or fines. Change your address for you and your children, and all of your bills at your old home, and sign up for new ones at your new home. Transfer all health insurance to your new home if it's allowed. Organize all of your things in their boxes to ensure that you know where they're going to go when you get them in your new house. Make sure you mark the boxes with the room they should go in so there's no confusion. Having a good plan can ensure that you know what you're getting yourself into. It can mean the difference between being safe where you're moving and wasting your money. As long as you're smart, you should never have to worry about moving. You should be able to make it a stress-free experience. Remember, things happen. Don't stress over them and always keep moving forward. You've got this. Alternate options. Another option you could try could always be to rent storage for your things while you're moving and only take the things you truly need. Take a bag for you and your kids each so that you have the things you need and put the rest in a storage unit until you get to your new place. Since this is something that many people do, it should be easy to find a place that has good reviews that you can go to and trust to hold on to your things. Don't stress. Only take the things you need. Moving to another country. When you decide to move to another country, you have to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. It was for a better life when I moved, and I wanted to ensure that I had the best chance at life. I made sure I knew as much as I could about where I was going and how to get here to be as prepared as possible. Below, I will share some tips to make your journey as seamless and stress-free as possible. Have a plan. Make sure you have a plan to get to where you need to be when you move. This means that you need to know where you're going and why and how you're going to get there. Ask yourself, is this something you need to do or want to do? Don't move on a whim to somewhere you have never been. You need to be as prepared as possible when it comes to moving, so going somewhere you've never been is not a good choice. Figure out documentation. Make sure you know what documents you need when you move to get there without any issues. Most other countries require you to have a visa to live there, and believe me, they do not mean a credit card. Having your visa status covered is the best way to ensure you don't get sent back where you were coming from because you messed something up. Also, make sure you apply for new passports and other documents you will need so you have those in line. This will help you greatly with moving. Visit before you decide to move. Always make sure to visit the place you want to move to before you go, as this will ensure you know what you're getting yourself into. Many places sound like a good place, but move to that place could be a terrible place to live in the long run. Do your research on a place and visit there before moving to make sure you're going there for a good reason. This way, you will know that you're making a good choice to go there. Language barriers. If you're moving to a new place that natively speaks a different language than you, you should find people who speak the same language as your native language. This will ensure that you can communicate your needs to people who will understand you easily, so you won't have to worry about talking to people who don't understand you. There are usually language classes that you can take to help you learn to speak the country's language that you're moving to. This will help you to talk to people, especially when getting a job. Alternatively, there are translation apps that can be used in the meantime so you can communicate the needs you have. Learning a new language can be fun. Embrace it and love it as you learn. Language is a beautiful thing. Find a job. When you're looking for work in your new home, make sure you're able to get a job that will pay for all the things you need. While a small-paying job is good to get you on your feet, don't think you have to stay there to make it all work when you can get a better-paying job to pay your bills. Even while you have a job, always keep looking for another one to find out if anything else is better paying for you. Don't stress. Always think of the bright side of moving. It might seem hard, but you can do it, and you'll be so much happier when you do move. Be smart and keep a good head on your shoulders. The stress is temporary. Your new life is closer than you think.